A juicy haul. I've got 2 huge boxes from the book outlet. I know what you're thinking if you scroll back through and look at my recent videos. I just did a book haul. The office that I work for, they were so kind to give me a $100 gift card for Administrator's Day. So I'm gonna change, get a little more comfortable. Okay, welcome. You've literally unlocked a new position in my house. I have nowhere good to film that is in a good location or has windows, has good lighting. So we're in the dining room. No, I'm literally so excited. I actually did 2 orders because there were some books that I had my eye on, but every time I looked, they were selling out. And then after I placed my first order, there was a box. I was like, you're joking. Well, I'm making another order. And just for those of you who don't know, Book Outlet, whenever you order from them, it is usually like either overstocked or returned books from places like Barnes & Noble's, Books A Million. It's an overstocked store basically. So literally some of these books will be from those places, so that's kind of cool. You're still getting like really quality books. It's not like Amazon, we're printing to make money on popular books and they're shitty quality. You know what I'm talking about. For starters, I've literally been wanting to start this series because one of my favorite shows, I believe it's on Apple TV, The Silo. That show is based off of this series. So the first one is Wool, Shift, and then Dust. And essentially what it is these people are living underground because there was some kind of natural disaster that you're kind of unsure about. It's hinted a little bit in the show, but like you don't necessarily know all the details. It's just a really good show. If you've watched that, or it is more of a sci-fi dystopian series because it is like, it's not apocalyptic, but it is post-disaster. They're literally living below ground, and the people that are there now, they've been underground for so long that they've never even seen what's outside of the silos, and it's so crazy. And the last season left on the biggest cliffhanger ever, and I was like, I literally need to read this series to see if it's like obviously better and if I can like get the intel. I was like, the show is so good that I need to read the books. And on there I got the box set for $26. It's literally so good. It's so good. If you don't want to read these, or if you're not interested in that genre, watch it. If you're like, I don't have Apple TV, I don't either, do the free trial and watch it because that's how good it is. Binge watched it. So good. If you guys ever want any more show recommendations, I have plenty. I'm so excited. Next we have the Co-op, which I believe this is like their new cover that they're doing. The indie cover looked completely different from this, and I actually thought it was like a YA romance or something just based off of that cover. It is about Lauren and Deacon had one short and continuous summer fling when they were teens. Certainly nothing to build a foundation on, but decades later when their grandmothers left them shared ownership of their dilapidated Santa Cruz building, they're thrust back together and have to figure out how to fix up the pieces. And it's basically just gonna be like fixer-upper. I'm excited. I really like Tarah DeWitt. I've read quite a few of her books this year and they have all hit for me. I really enjoy her writing. I enjoy her characters. I'm loving her so far, so I've been wanting to try another book of hers. Left of Forever just came out. I haven't started it yet, but I plan to pick that up as well. Fun fact, this was kind of a late add to the cart. I saw it and I was like, I have to get it because I'm going on a trip this year with my best friend. We are going to Nantucket, so I was like, how perfect and cinematic would it be to read the Hotel Nantucket while in Nantucket? Like, you're joking. Me and my co-pilot rocking around Nantucket. I don't know. I just feel like I'll be really embracing the vibes, and I just honestly feel like I had to do it. It was a no-brainer. Add it to cart. I've actually never read an elder Hilderbrand book, but I know she's famous for a reason. Her covers give me like nostalgic vibes, so hopefully like now, like if I ever read another one of her books, or like just seeing it on my shelf, I can associate it with a memory. I love getting books whenever I'm either going somewhere to read on the way there, or while I'm there going to a bookstore, I love getting stuff because when I look at my bookshelf, genuinely, like I'm not just saying this for fun, genuinely, when I look at my bookshelf, I think of the memory like associated with the book as well as the book, and it's just such a good time for me. Like, I don't know, sentimental girlies freaking unite. Where are my scissors? I've lost the scissors, but we have a garden. I have these snips, so I'm literally going to use them to open this box. A bit of overkill, but whatever, it works. And I really wanted to buy books that I've been anticipating, that I'm really excited about, if they were available on there, as well as stepping out of my comfort zone because it was the $5.99 sale. So every single book except for the box set that I bought was like literally $5.99. Every single one of these books. Popular, new to me, never heard of them, new author, popular author, hardback, paperback, $5.99. So literally my biggest recommendation to you is to follow Book Outlet and pay attention to when they're having sales, because that's what I do, and that's whenever I buy the bulk of my books. Like, I don't just go to Barnes & Nobles and splurge out like I'd love to. Obviously that's the dream, but it is just not realistic for everybody. And like, even me now, I bought all of these with a gift card, and had I not got that gift card, I probably wouldn't have participated in the sale. But I'm so thankful that they gave it to me because there was a lot of stuff that I've really been wanting. Enough of that, enough chit chat. Okay, before we were strangers, literally, how cute. The tagline at the top says, a misconnection, a second chance at love. We met 15 years ago, almost to the day, and when I moved my stuff into the NYU dorm next to yours at the senior house, you called us fast friends. I like to think it was more. We lived on nothing but excitement and finding ourselves through music. You were obsessed with Jeff Buckley. Photography, I couldn't stop taking pictures of you. Hanging out in Washington Square Park, and all the weird things we did to make money. I learned more about myself that year than any other. Okay, and it's basically just they meet again and it brings back all those memories and you're just confronted with that, and then that's the book. So I'm really excited. I've wanted to get this when it came out, but hardcover, expensive. We have to pick and choose. $5.99, The Ministry of Time. Like, I can't, like, what a deal. It literally has Emily Henry on the front saying electric. I loved every second of it. That's how you know it's gonna be good. The prompt is, in the near future, a civil servant is offered the salary of her dreams to work on a top secret project. A recently established government ministry is gathering expats from across history to establish whether time travel is feasible for the human body, but also for the fabric of space and time. She is tasked working as a bridge, living with, assisting, and monitoring the person known as 1847, or Commander Graham Gore. Over the year, what begins as an excruciatingly uncomfortable housemate dynamic evolves into something much deeper. By the time the true shape of the ministry's project comes to light, the bridge has fallen haphazardly in love with consequences she could never imagine. I don't know, it just seems so fun. Genuinely have no idea how this could work, if this is just going to be one of those love stories where there is no happy ending, because how do you make something like this work when it involves time travel? Y'all ain't even from the same era. Like, I'm so intrigued to see how that's gonna work. And then I actually saw somebody recommend these on TikTok. I have no idea who it was now, I'm so sorry. But it's Once You're Mine and Now You're Mine. It's the first and second in a series by Morgan Bridges. So cute that I was able to get the first and second book in the series. Very lucky, might I add. But basically, it's just, let me read the synopsis of the first book and not the second one. Being without her isn't an option for me or her. The protector, that's his name on the back. She's in danger. Just the thought of this threatens my sanity. I'll do anything to keep her safe. The prisoner. Hayden is certifiable and I love him. What I don't like are his methods of protection, except the more perilous my life becomes, the closer I get to him. Literally, sign me up. Okay, and then moving on to more authors that I wanted to try that are new to me and I haven't really heard of them. However, I do know now that Krista and Becca Ritchie, they wrote the Addicted Howey series, I'm pretty sure is what it's called. And I have been wanting to read that as well. However, I can download those books onto Kindle and read them. So I just decided that I would just get this instead of trying to buy a bunch of copies of that. Elsie Silver, one of my favorite authors of all time, she is on the front saying, I was absolutely consumed by these characters. And that's very telling for me because I'm always consumed by Elsie's characters, so I feel like she knows what's up. Starting fresh is the only way Phoebe can escape a life of crime, but her best friend's older brother complicates honest dreams. Phoebe grew up in a family where deception and seduction were commonplace as breathing. Phoebe's family and the Tin Rock clan, including her best friend, Haley, have been on the run their whole lives, but after a high-stakes con job goes south, Phoebe and Haley decide to run away and start over. The biggest flaw in their plan is when Haley's frustratingly handsome brother, Rocky, who insists on coming with them, living honestly isn't in his DNA, and the past is downright messy. He's everything she wants, but nothing she can have. So I'm very excited to start what basically seems like just pure trash, pure good time. This author needs no introduction. We have Miss Stephanie Meyer. I never read any of the extra books in the Twilight series, so I've never even attempted to read Midnight Sun, but I saw this and I had to get it. I actually have all of my mom's original copies of the books. 2 of them she read when they came out, and then the other one she thrifted. So I thought it would be fun to just add this to the collection. I'm thinking of doing a reread, so if anyone would be interested in seeing a video of me rereading the Twilight series and then adding in Midnight Sun, let me know. But I'm excited to see the story from Edward's perspective. And then I picked up The Intern. It just seemed cute. I said to myself I was not going to be buying thrillers anymore unless they were intriguing enough for me to pick up. And this one, I'm intrigued. I had to pop a squat, sorry. Madison lands the internship of a lifetime working for Judge Catherine Conroy, but Madison has a secret that could destroy her career. Her troubled younger brother, Danny, has been arrested. And when Conroy is the judge on the case, when Danny goes missing after accusing the judge of corruption, Madison's quest for answers brings her deep into the judge's glamorous world. Catherine Conroy, a mentor, victim, or a criminal, is she trying to help Madison or use her as a pawn? And why is somebody trying to kill her? Literally too interesting not to pick up. Then I also wanted to try Seven Summers. This one is actually from Target. I've also never heard of Paige Toon. Never heard of her. Reminds me of Toontown. The tagline is 6 summers to fall in love, 1 summer to change it all. 6 summers ago, Liv and Finn met working in a bar on the rugged Cornish coastline. Their future's full of promise. When a night of passion ends in devastating tragedy, their hearts are bound together. But Finn's life in LA with his band and Liv's in Cornwall with her family, so they make a promise. Finn will return every year, and if they are single, they will spend the summer together. This summer, Liv crosses paths with Tom, a mysterious new arrival in her hometown. As the wildflowers and heathers come into bloom, their powerful attraction deepens. For the first time, Liv can imagine a world where her heart isn't broken every autumn. Now she must make an impossible choice, and she discovers the shocking reason why Tom has left home. Liv will need to trust her heart even more. I feel like this is going to be one of those stories where like maybe you really do like the other guy and it's going to be like actually hard to, like it's giving me when you watch like The Notebook and the other guy is a good choice. Like he's a perfect man, like he's so kind, like will give you anything you want, wants what's best for you, wasn't even like mad like whenever she broke things off, very understanding. All in all, a good person. If it's one of those things where there's like it's obvious who she's gonna choose, that will not be fun to me. So I'm hoping it's like a true impossible decision. I love books like that. Abby Jimenez, another favorite of mine, she says, shatters your heart in pieces, then puts it back together again and again. And then I was feeling brave and I wanted to try a completely new genre that I've never attempted, comic books. And like the big like plot point in this book is like about a comic book, so I thought that was so cool. It says it's 1975, Cameron is an assistant at Triumph Comics, a third-tier publisher behind Marvel and DC, but it doesn't matter. Carmen is close to fulfilling her dream of writing a superhero book. The dream is nearly a reality when she helps create a new character, Lethal Lynx, Triumph's first female hero, a runaway hit. But then her co-writer is found dead with all of their scripts submitted without her name. Carmen must navigate a complicated web of alliances and grudges among the passionate eccentrics who write comics for a living so that she can clear her name and hang on to a piece of her dream. I've never heard of this writer, Alex Segura. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I've never heard of his stuff before, but I saw this cover and was intrigued. Like, I love the cover. And so that's what like drew me in to make me read the synopsis. And honestly, it sounds really cool. And I went and looked up some more stuff on it because I was curious if it had like the comic book elements in it. When you're reading stuff on Book Outlet, it doesn't necessarily tell you, but it does have like multiple comic book pages in it. And I just think that that's so cool and a fun way to implement the core point of the story into the book. So I'm really excited to give that a try. And it does have like a second book in the series that I almost bought, but this one was a paperback and the newest one was a hardback, and I was like, I can't do that in a series. But this was my haul. I'm literally so excited to dive in. I apologize if felt like I was booking it, but a girl has things to do this afternoon. Bye.